things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another team from the Big 12, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Missouri's offense will have the football first. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
The Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Coleman. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Hardy. He breaks a tackle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's Manning. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Hand off from the shotgun. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll run this play from the pistol. They'll keep it on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got a man in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He's going for the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
You talk about ball control offense. This offense just held the ball for the whole first quarter, and then some. Strung a drive together, making the great plays when they needed them. That's a great opening statement from this offense.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Texas offense will take the field for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. Finds his big tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Finds his tight end. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete to the right. They've got the first down. Mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Zings it complete to the right. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22. And now on second down for this offense. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, the ground game. Powers through the defender. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. He caught it! They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. What a disappointment. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. And they won't try another play, instead taking a knee, and they'll head to the locker room. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So now it's second and long. Off play action. This time it's complete.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get.
It's picked off. That's number 10. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Manning. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, it's been a defensive struggle so far in this game. In the first half, we saw that. And I guess the question is in the second half, can these defenses keep it up? It looks like this one can. Getting a sack there on 2nd down. They're still playing with a tremendous sense of urgency.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got a man, it's Johnson. So Missouri will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Unloads quickly. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. To throw, it's Manning. Makes the grab. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Just ran him over. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Wide receiver comes in motion. Reads it, fires complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Gets the back moving. The play action fake. Fires to the tight end. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some 1st downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got it. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Throws to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Wingo. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They'll move the wide receiver. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Setting up the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle, it's Moore. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. And this is the chance for this offense. A 1st and goal, 4th quarter, trying to tie the game up. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'll try to blast their way in. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Using his legs, it's Hardy. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first down. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Off the play fake on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Wingo. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. So here comes our first play of overtime. They're going to run it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They want to keep this drive alive. Third and short here in overtime. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. That is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
And that's just what you couldn't have happen. You can't come away with no points on your first possession. It puts all the pressure, David, on your defense. Now, they've got to pitch a shutout here on their opponent's opening possession of OT, or this game is over.
And, man, does it change the complexion now for defense? Because now you got to be aggressive. Because all they need is a field goal to win. They don't have to be aggressive offensively. They can run the football. This defense is going to have to be great and force the kicker into a tough spot.
Had to throw it before he wanted. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. Third and long now as this defense tries to force another overtime period. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. They'll try to walk it off with a long field goal here in overtime. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He got it! A walk-off field goal wins it in overtime.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese.